Top of the morning to you. Today, I would like to reference Titus chapter 3 and verse 1. Paul was instructing the new believers on the island of Crete to be ready to do whatever is good. In fact, this was such an important thing with Paul that he mentions it 8 times in the book of Titus, and rightfully so. For in Psalm 145, David said, "The Lord is good to all." And then King Solomon, he followed up in Proverbs chapter 3 by saying, "Do not withhold good from those who deserve it, when it is in your power to act." And then you add to that the listing of the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians chapter 5, where you find goodness as a fruit of the Spirit. Being good and doing good is very important to the believer. Paul's emphasis on goodness is very helpful to us. To make sure I don't forget, I have written those words, "Be ready to do whatever is good," on a 3x5 card, put it at the top of my desk, and every morning when I come in to my office for a devotional time, I begin by quoting Titus 3 verse 1. And it helps me to be looking for opportunities to do good. Some time ago, I was washing windows for Maxine, and they just sparkled. Our house looks so much better with those sparkling windows. So I decided to go next door and do our neighbor's windows. She was so appreciative. And then on another occasion, a widow here in the retirement center who did not have transportation to go to her doctor's appointment, I offered to take her. She was so grateful, and I was so happy to be able to do something good for her. It was just a couple of days ago, I was talking to another friend, and she was saying that there was a particular minister that she really enjoyed watching on TV. And she described him by saying he's a good preacher, and he is just such a good man. Then yesterday, I was talking to another friend, and we were discussing how a particular neighbor of ours seems to know everybody, and everybody knows him and appreciates him so much. So we summarize this individual by saying he is such a good man. Goodness is a manifestation that is always appreciated. Sometimes we have to ask the question, "May I help you?" and it opens the door for a good deed. At other times, we identify a need and we respond to it because we have seen that help is needed on that occasion. Then sometimes we do good deeds just to be a blessing. Yesterday, my wife Maxine took a batch of apples, cooked them, and made applesauce. That fresh applesauce was so delicious. And she fixed up a little container and took it over to one of the neighbors. So, my conclusion is this: goodness is always appropriate and appreciated.